4 high schools, 7 middle schools, 1 college, and a university, and much more. Now introducing your most comprehensive weekly local sports show in Madison County, the Richmond Register Sports Show. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by MEL'S BARBER SHOP, established 2019. Walk-ins welcome. Visit them 102 St. George Street in Richmond. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Here's your host for all things local sports, the Richmond Register sports editor, Nathan Hutchinson.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. My name is Nathan Hutchinson. I'm the sports editor of the Richmond Register, and we very much appreciate you tuning us in this week. Coming up in just a few minutes, we will have Madison Central track and field coach Jamie O'Shea. The Indians just had their 4th and final all-comers meet of the season this past Wednesday, and the region meet is coming up on May 24th, so she's going to be here to talk about some of the great athletes they have on the Madison Central track and field team. So before that, we like to open the show the way we always open the show, with a recap of the week that was in Madison County sports. And a little disclaimer here at the very beginning, we are filming this on Saturday afternoon, so there's some scores and stuff we don't have. We usually film this on Sunday afternoons, but a little family thing I have to do on Sunday. So we will get you the most up-to-date information to this point, and then as always, if you follow us on social media, we'll keep you up to date on that. But we're still going to give you the best recap we can here, but we're going to start off with high school softball action. And it's hard to believe it had been 4 years since Madison Central had beaten Madison Southern, but that's what it had been until Thursday, when the Lady Indians picked up a 9-2 win in Berea over the Lady Eagles. A very interesting game. It started on Tuesday. It was halted by rain in the top of the 5th inning, with the Lady Indians up 8-0. They came back on Thursday afternoon and played the final 3 innings, and it was Andrea Linton picking up the complete game win in the circle for the Lady Indians. She also had just allowed just 4 hits. Michaela Morin was 3 for 4 and scored 4 runs. Cassidy Hack was 2 for 4 with an RBI and scored twice, and it was Hannah Eisen 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. And after the game, we got a chance to talk to Coach Randy Hall and Michaela Morin over the long-awaited win over their cross-county rivals.
We're here at Madison Southern High School, where the Lady Indians have picked up a 9-2 win over the Lady Eagles in a game that started on Tuesday, ended on Thursday. But Coach Randy Hall and Michaela Morin, Coach, we didn't have to tell these young ladies, but they all knew they hadn't beaten Madison Southern since 2018, since pre-pandemic days. And it took 3 days to do it, but I'm sure they enjoyed the win.
Yeah, I think they did. Maybe not the typical win, but with having to play on the 2 different days, and when the rain came in, we had to come back over and finish it. But that kind of goes along with the way our season is, and with having to play so many away games, and this is their first home game as well, so it was nice to get here. But I do appreciate them wanting to come back and finish that game, because they had the option of not doing that. So that tells me they've got a lot of integrity, and I appreciate the coach doing that.
Yeah, now Michaela, you guys knew it had been a long time since you beat them, so it's got to be pretty special.
Yes, it's been a long time. I think it was my 8th grade year, and I really only got to run that year, and so it's really nice coming back, playing varsity, coming in together as a team and winning. I really like how we came together the first day, second day back. It's hard playing 2 different days with the same team, but I think we did a good job.
You're pretty loose before the game. I heard doing the Cotton Eye Joe and everything. And
oh, yeah. Got a little tap going.
Yeah, that's Coach Huerta. She's kind of in charge of doing that with the girls, teaching that. That's not me or Coach Ingram or Coach Jacobson. Sorry for that.
You can't dance, can you?
No.
We try to get them to, but...
No. Maybe if we win region or something.
We'll hold them to that. We got them on camera now.
Yeah.
So. Well, Coach, you came back with Andrea. I guess you could have put another pitcher in, but she pitched the first 5 innings, so you went back with her, and she did a good job.
She did, and we just kind of wanted her, if she could go ahead and complete it. And she's been throwing real well. All our pitchers have been. So it's hard to try to get everybody in to give them enough reps with the 3 pitchers we have. So it's nice.
All right. Well, congratulations. See you.
Thank you so much.
All right. right, and those two teams will meet again in a couple of weeks in the opening round of the 44th District Tournament over at Berea College. But in addition to that game, Madison Central did have two other games this week. On Monday, they picked up a 6-3 win over Tates Creek in Lexington. It was Haley Sebastian, 3 for 4 with a double, 2 RBIs, and scored a run. And Carly Speakman and Hannah Eisen both had 2 RBIs as well. And interestingly enough, between the beginning of the game against Southern on Tuesday and the conclusion of that game on Thursday, the Indians played on Wednesday over in Boyle County and suffered an 8-5 loss to the Rebels, and it was Cassidy Hack and Olivia Metcalf both hitting home runs in that game. 17-3 on the season now for the Lady Indians. They'll be back in action Monday night at home against Great Crossing. Madison Southern did have a couple of one other game this week in addition to the loss to Madison Central. On Monday, it was an 18-3 setback down in Rockcastle County. It was Ashlyn Eastep, 1 for 2 with a double and scored a run. Caitlin Boland, 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run. And Crystal Cook was 1 for 2 and scored a run. And in the loss to Madison Central, it was Lydia Grinstad who had a 2-run double in the 7th inning. Madison Southern now 1-18 on the season. They'll be back in action Tuesday at home against Montgomery County. And we had another 44th District softball matchup as well this past week, and that was on Thursday down at Berea Community Park, where the Model Lady Patriots picked up a 14-4 win over the Lady Pirates. It was the second win over Berea this season for Model, and the teams will meet again in a couple of weeks in the opening round of the 44th District Tournament. Hannah Smith, 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs for Model. She also picked up the complete game win in the circle with 5 strikeouts. Piper Moore was 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Abby Coleman was 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. And Kenzie Ferguson was 1 for 3. She scored 3 runs and walked twice. And after the game, we had a chance to talk to Model coach Rusty Bray and Hannah Smith.
Back here at Berea Community Park on a rainy Thursday afternoon, where the Lady Patriots have beaten the Berea Community Lady Pirates 14-4. Coach Rusty Bray, pitcher Hannah Smith. Coach, you already played these guys twice this year, and you're going to play them again in the district tournament in a couple of weeks. So you get a pretty good scouting report on these guys.
Yeah, we played them twice now. We've tried to keep some data on each hitter, know who we need to work around, what pitches we need to call, and try to capitalize off each game we play with them.
Yeah, and so obviously they've had a little bit of an unusual year where they've only played a few games, so it's a limited number of times you can see them, I guess.
Yeah, they threw the same pitcher twice. We're just trying to work on timing with that pitcher, see what we need to work on to be successful at the plate.
Yeah. Speaking of pitchers, Hannah, you were out for a little bit. Kind of what was your injury? And
So my kneecap had displaced, and then this following 2 weeks, I'd pulled a muscle and had a muscle knot in my calf, and then I've just been going to PT, and now I'm back, and I'm just trying to stay strong and take care of my body so I can keep pitching.
Yeah, how do you feel out there?
I felt good tonight. The second inning, I was a little bit sore, but once I got going, it felt really good.
You've been back for a little bit now, right? You've pitched a few games?
Yeah, I've been back for 2 games now, and then before that, I was out for around a month, per se. Yeah.
And having her back is a real help. I mean, you've got some other kids that can pitch, but she's your most experienced one.
Yeah, she's definitely my most experienced in the circle. Gives us a more dynamic pitcher, and we can do a lot more things with her. And so it's helpful when we have Hannah on the mound.
All right, let's all get dry. Thanks, guys.
All right, well, Lady Patriots also had one other game last week. It was a 10-0 loss at home to Frankfort on Wednesday. Model now 8-9 on the season. They'll be back in action Tuesday at home against Southwestern. And Berea Community, in addition to the loss to Model, also suffered a 12-11 loss to Danville in 8 innings on Wednesday. And in that game, it was Taylor Johnson, 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs and 2 doubles. Paige Johnson with 2 runs scored, an RBI and a walk. And in the loss to Model, it was Mackenzie Howe, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. 1-6 on the season now for Berea Community, and they'll be back in action Monday at Jackson County. High school baseball this past week, we had a lot of rainouts and a lot of cancellations and moving around, but Madison Central did get a pair of games in this week and did pick up a pair of wins. On Monday, it was 10-4 win at Woodford County, and Wednesday it was 7-2 win up at Henry Clay. Those 2 games moved Madison Central to 25-1 on the season, and that is the 13th straight season with 20 or more wins for the Indians. And against Woodford County, it was Matt Johns, 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored. Matthew Bryan, 3 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. And Bradley Pointer went 6 innings to pick up the win, giving up 7 hits, 4 runs, and had 10 strikeouts. And in the win over Henry Clay, Hayden Robbins was 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Bradley Pointer was 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a run scored. And Gunnar Rodis was 3 for 3 with an RBI. The Indians were scheduled to play a doubleheader Saturday up at Highlands. If those games did get played, if you check out our social media sites, we'll keep you updated on those. And of course, the Richmond Register will have all the scores and stats there as well. But 25-1 on the season now for Central before those games on Saturday, and they'll be back in action Monday at Trinity. Madison's Southern baseball team got 2 games in this past week and picked up a pair of wins. It was 14-4 over Garrett County at home on Monday and 6-5 over Williamsburg at home on Wednesday. Now 10-13 on the season for the Eagles, and they won 4 of their past 5 games. In the win over Lincoln County, it was Corey Causey 3 for 4 with 4 runs scored and 2 RBIs. Braden Hudson 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored and 2 RBIs. Tristan Ingram 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. And in the win over Williamsburg, it was Braden Hudson 3 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Carson Livers 3 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. And Corey Causey 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Eagles will be back in action Monday at home against Clark County. Other high school baseball action from the week. The Berea Community Pirates had 3 games on the schedule. Monday, a 6-0 loss at home to Estill County. Tuesday, an 8-5 loss at home to Garrett County. And then Thursday, they went over and picked up a 13-0 win over Menifee County on the road. And in that win, it was Cam Thompson 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and a walk. Zach Himes walked 3 times, scored 3 times, and Billy Strife was 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored. 7-11 on the season now for the Pirates. They'll be back in action Monday at home against 44th District rival Model. And speaking of Model, they had 3 games this past week as well. Tuesday, a 16-1 loss at home to Nicholas County, and on Wednesday, an 11-1 loss at Bergen. And then on Thursday, an 11-3 loss at Western Hills. In the loss to Western Hills, Connor Sayer was 2 for 4 with an RBI, and Cy Beulah was 2 for 3. 2-19 on the season for Model, and as we just said, they'll be back in action Monday at Berea. Had 1 high school signing this week over on Wednesday at Model Lab School. It was senior Keaton Hall signing to play basketball at Transylvania University. 4-sport athlete over there, but she's going to be playing basketball for the Pioneers. She scored over 1,400 career points, and this is what she had to say at her signing ceremony.
Hey, Coach Mike, Coach Price, Coach Wells, Coach Landon, of course. But without all of my coaches, Mike, you made me play soccer, and I ended up loving it, and it was some of the best 4 years of my life. It also helped my footwork a lot for basketball, so I appreciate that as well. Coach Price, thank you for reaching out to come play for your travel team. I created some of my best friends and great memories, and I was happy to get coached by you. That was amazing. I learned a lot. Lee, we've been together since freshman year. You are a God-given person, absolutely. I just want to thank you for literally everything. You've become one of my best friends, as well as a coach and a mentor. And I always say that she's going to be front row at my wedding. So, I mean, that's the kind of relationship we have. I also want to thank Coach Wells. I know she couldn't be here today, but she's been she's been such a big impact to my journey as well. She was my high school coach, but she also had the opportunity to coach me a little bit in AAU, and those are some of the best memories I could ask for. So I want to thank my friends. They were all always huge supporters. I know I probably get on their nerves because all I talk about is basketball. So sometimes they have to kind of keep me in check and remind me that, there's other things. So I just want to thank you guys for supporting me, showing up to games when I know you had practices and other things to do. You guys were an amazing section, to cheer. You guys were so hyped, and it was amazing. I also want to thank my teammates. Whether it was an AAU teammate or my high school teammates specifically. You guys, we've been through a lot of ups and downs on and off the court, but I love each and every one of you. It's been a privilege to play with each of you guys and develop friendships that will last a lifetime. So finally, I want to thank Transy, Coach Fulks, and Coach Burrell. for reaching out to me. I want to thank all the other schools, of course, but, Transies, I found my home. So I'm super excited, and I'm happy that I can finally make it official today. And my teachers, yes.
Well, thanks to Keaton Hall and her family for inviting us out to her signing. It's always a special occasion, and we appreciate when we get invited to those things and to get to be able to share in those moments with the young folks of our community. So congratulations and good luck to Keaton at Transylvania. Bass fishing news. We need to get our friends at the Cane Pole here next door to sponsor this segment of the show. But no, it was Nate and Logan Turner from Madison Southern last Saturday. Finished 12th out of 130 boats at the KHSAA Region 2 Championships at Lake Cumberland. And they will move on to the KHSAA State Championships, which are being held Tuesday at Kentucky Dam Marina in Gilbertsville. This is the 8th straight year that a duo from Madison Southern has qualified for the KHSAA Bass Fishing State Championships. Turner and Turner got there back in 2019 as well and finished 66th. So good luck to Nate and Logan on Tuesday out in Western Kentucky in the state championships. Some track news from the Kentucky Dream Mile was held Friday night up in Louisville. This is one of the most prestigious 1 mile track events in the state. And wow, what a tremendous finish this was. And we'll hear a little bit more about this from Coach O'Shea in a minute. But Kiera O'Shea finishes second and finishes with a time of 4:49.9. Second fastest time ever in the history of the state of Kentucky. But it was Tula Fallbush who did pass her at the very end there and finished with a time of 4:49.8, so beating her out by just 1/10 of a second. But those are the two fastest times ever run by female high school runners in the 1 mile in this history of the state of Kentucky. So that was almost 3 seconds faster than the old record as well. So tremendous performances from both Kiera and Tula. And on the boys' side of that event, it was Madison Central senior Brady Masters finishing 7th in a time of 4:19.19. So that was on Friday, but earlier in the week on Wednesday, it was the last all-comers meet of the season over at Madison Central, the 4th of the 4 they had over there this year. And Madison County athletes took first place in 8 of 36 events. Madison Central finished second in the boys and third in the girls. And it was Madison Central won a pair of boys relay events, the 4x2 and the 4x8, and finished second in the 4x1. And the region meet is coming up on May the 24th. And like I said, we'll have Coach O'Shea here in a minute to talk a little bit more about that. EKU sports news from the weekend. EKU softball came into the final series of the regular season against North Alabama, needing one win. More than likely just one win to wrap up a spot in the ASUN softball tournament, but they were not able to get that. North Alabama came in and picked up 3-2 and 6-5 wins on Thursday and 11-4 wins on Friday. And that, coupled with Lipscomb sweeping Bellarmine, meant that EKU fell to 5th place in the ASUN Western Division and does not qualify for the ASUN softball tournament in their first season in the league. It's the first time since 2011 the EKU softball team is not moving on to the postseason. Of course, they did win the OVC championship last year and had qualified for the OVC tournament every year dating back to 2011. So they wrap up the season with a 13-36 record, 9-5 in the ASUN. And here at Turkey Hughes Field this weekend, it was the two top teams in the ASUN's baseball standings going at it, EKU and Jacksonville State. They were scheduled to play a doubleheader starting at 2 o'clock on Tuesday and then one single game on Sunday. Once again, apologize we don't have those scores for you, but if you check out our social media, I'll keep you updated on all of that. But both the Colonels and Gamecocks came in 14-7 on the season, and Lipscomb and Central Arkansas were just a game back of both of those teams as well. So very crowded at the top of the ASUN Western Division standings. So, but like I said, keep track of us on social media and we'll keep you up to date on those as well. And that's all we got for you as far as a recap. Like I said, sorry we don't have the most up-to-date information like we usually do, but we will keep you updated across all of our social media platforms as well. But hang with us, and here in just a minute we're going to have Jamie O'Shea here to talk a little Madison Central track and field.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing. Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by MEL'S BARBER SHOP, established 2019. Walk-ins welcome. Visit them 102 St. George Street in Richmond. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Welcome back. We are joined by members of the Madison Central track and field team. Back there, hiding in the back, Coach Jamie O'Shea. She doesn't like interviews, so she's hiding back there. And of course, this is Kiara O'Shea, Armando Pacheco, and Jesse Abrams. So thanks for all you guys for coming in here. I know we're a little cramped in here, but it's okay. We'll be all right, right?
All right.
We got the region coming up in a couple of weeks. You guys had your final all-comer meet the other day. And Jamie, this is your first season as the full-time as the head coach. I'm sure it's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun. And, I mean, obviously running is just part of your family and it's just in your blood.
Yeah, so obviously I did not plan on taking over as the head coach at Madison Central, and it just kind of fell into place. But I've enjoyed the season. I've enjoyed getting to know the kids a little bit more than just the distance kids that I've worked with in the past few years. But I think the season overall so far has went very well, and I look forward to the next couple meets to see, where we can put ourselves.
Yeah, you've been helping out your mom, haven't you? I've seen you a lot of the meets and help her get organized, right? And of course, your husband's out there helping you. You have a lot of help.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. And, I can't thank the parents enough that have really supported the team this year by stepping up into a lot of the roles that, they're hard to fill, so I've been very thankful for that part.
Yeah, and those all-comers meet, there's a lot of moving pieces, and it's a lot of effort put into that. I know the second when you had 20-some teams show up, we were there till 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
I think it was after midnight by the time we finished up, cleaning up and stuff on that meet, and hosted a middle school meet the same week with a lot of teams. And so in 1 week we did well, but it was exhausting.
Yeah, if you're in those last couple of events, you're out there for a long time on a school night.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, lots of stuff here to talk about. We'll start off, Kiara. I mean, you were in a big event on Friday.
Yeah.
You are now the second fastest time ever in the mile in the state of Kentucky. I know you're disappointed you didn't win.
Yeah.
You did get beat by just a tenth of a second, but that's still got to be pretty cool. You guys, you and the other girl broke the record by more than 3 seconds. So that's a great performance by both of you.
Yeah, I knew I wanted to run fast going into that meet, and then I knew I had company coming around that last stretch and just gave it everything I had, but just fell up a little short.
Yeah, well, you won the two state championships last year in the 1600 and the 32. You obviously have the cross-country state championships as well. When you come into the spring season, I know you do a lot of regional stuff, national stuff. A lot of times we don't see you at the all-comers meets and stuff like that, so you kind of pace yourself. So talk about how you kind of schedule yourself out and kind of handle your scheduling.
We pick meets from the very beginning. Feel like I'm sort of looking to do something big and one event at that meet, and then we just sort of plan my training around it. So just not backing off at all until we get into more like the state meet. We usually don't back off for region much, and then just taper down a little for state to get a little sharper, but then just the rest of my season falling around where I'm looking to run fast.
Yeah, and the region coming up in a couple of weeks. So you're going to try to do the 800 too, or are you going to try to do all three, or are you just going to do 16 and 32?
I don't really know yet. I'm sure it'll end up being all three, just helping the team out as many points as we can, looking to place as high as we can as a team also. So just waiting to see sort of what that brings.
Yeah. Of course, the guys won the region last year. And, you guys are a big part of that. I mean, Armando, you were in that final relay team that won the final event that helped you guys, I think, pass North Laurel to win the championship in the final event. So just kind of reflect on that and how fun that was.
It was really fun. I knew that if I put Dirk at a good spot, I knew we were safe. This year's a bit different. We lost Jeffrey and Dirk. So honestly, I'm just trying to do my best in each event I do and see where we place.
Yeah, and you guys are still doing, like I said, you lost Jeffrey and you did graduate Dirk Gambrell, but you guys have still done pretty good. I mean,
the other day at the all-comers meet, you guys won a couple of relays there. I guess you've got Wyatt Stewart in there running a little bit, the pole vaulter. So you guys have kind of reconfigured your relays, but you're still doing pretty good. Jesse?
Yeah, like you said, we have Wyatt. We brought Wyatt in this year. So at our first meet, Wyatt ran the open 100 just to see how he would do in it, and he ran the second fastest time on the team all year. And so I talked to Coach and was like, I think we could really use him on our 4x1 because we've been kind of struggling this year with it. We were at the beginning of the season. And I talked to Coach, and he was like, yeah, we can put Wyatt in there. And we threw him in, and we've moved him around a couple times just trying to figure out what works best. And I think we threw out our best relay team of the year so far on Wednesday, like you said. And it's just been a very fun year. We lost Dirk and we lost Jeff, and we've kind of had to move around that. And I think we've done a pretty good job of it so far. We threw out a 4x2 team on Wednesday as well, and we did very well on that as well. So I'm looking forward going into regionals with this team this year.
Yeah, you run the anchor leg on a lot of those. So kind of what's going through your mind when that guy's coming up getting ready to hand the baton to you? Obviously, the handoff is the first thing. You got to get the baton in the correct space there.
So for me, I feel like I've always run better under pressure than I do when I'm running by myself, and so that's why I like running anchor leg a lot. Just because sometimes having those first 3 legs before me, sometimes we can be up a little bit short, and then that helps me get a faster leg in as well. Just because I know where I need my team to be. And I know that if I put everything into it, I can get my team all the way across the finish line. And that's why I like anchoring a lot, just because I can always help my team get through the finish line as strong as possible.
And Coach, you wanted to have your sprint coach here. They couldn't be here, so give a shout out to your sprint coach, not sprint coach.
Coach Hilson, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He's doing a great job with everything down there. Him and Coach Kinley are down there every day with the sprinters and the jumpers, and Coach Stewart is with the pole vaulters, and I'm working with the distance kids. Like I say, I'm the head coach, but every one of those coaches are doing their role to make it a team.
Yeah. And talk about some of the throwers and stuff you guys have got.
So we have a new throws coach this year, and he's doing really good on bringing up a lot of, we have a lot of new throwers that are truly new to the throwing scene. We have Jackson Rohr, who was I think third maybe last year at regionals, third or fourth at regionals last year, and I would say he'll be going back, coming in again right there. And then we have obviously Wyatt and Jordan going 1-2 in the pole vault, where Wyatt was state champion last year. Jordan was 6th at state. We have Reagan Wright, who is a pole vaulter as well, but we'll be doing our high jump, long jump, triple jump. So we just need all those guys, to step up and keep their game going for us.
Yeah, because it's all about points.
Yeah.
It's a team competition, and every point counts.
Yeah, so, and then when we go to distance, we have Brady Masters probably tripling in the 8, 16, and 32. We have Carter Lamb, Chase Lockmuller in the 4x8 with a couple other guys. And Chase and Carter have moved up really well this year in our distance part. So that's kind of our boys team, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, numbers are down a little bit from the past couple of years, but
yeah.
I think we're seeing that kind of in all sports after the pandemic.
Yeah, we graduated a big chunk of, for sure, distance boys last year. Some key chunks to the sprints. And then, injuries and stuff like that. But, we're fighting and trying to make it all up. Would you guys say?
Yeah, for sure.
We're back at North Laurel again for the region?
We are back at North Laurel.
What do they get it again for? Doesn't circle back around to Central at some point here?
You have to apply for it, and being a new coach, I wasn't quite ready for that.
Well, that just gives you guys a chance to go back down there and beat North Laurel again.
Oh, yeah. I like running on that track. It's a fast track down there for sure.
Yeah. And all right, well, that'll be coming up in a couple of weeks. And what do you guys have before then?
So we have a meet this coming Saturday. We're actually going to be in Lexington at Bryan Station at Woodall, and then that's our last meet leading up to regionals.
Okay. Yeah, and the state back at UK again this year?
Yes.
Yep.
First Saturday of June, which I think is June 4th.
Yeah. Had some good memories up there, don't you?
Yeah.
Last year was awesome. And we need to get Brady a title this year. That's what we need to get Brady a state title, and he's worked so hard for it. He deserves it, and hopefully that'll come to fruition as well. So, well, thank you all for coming in. I appreciate it. Yep. We didn't expect everybody, but we like Coach does not like interviews, so he's like, can I bring some kids? I'm like, absolutely. We love having the kids on. So congratulations to all you guys. Appreciate y'all coming in, and we look forward to the region. We'll be down there at London to cover it, and so good luck to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'll wrap up this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. We'll be back next Sunday night with a brand new edition. As always, Richmond R Sports on Twitter is the place to be. Keep up with everything at Madison County Sports, and also on Facebook at Register Sports and richmondregister.com. See you next week.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by MEL'S BARBER SHOP, established 2019. Walk-ins welcome. Visit them 102 St. George Street in Richmond. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Thanks for watching the Richmond Register Sports Show. For more information about all things sports in Madison County, log on to richmondregister.com or on Twitter. And like us, Register Sports on Facebook. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com.